Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'd like to show you how it's possible to create real magic with a piece by playing it slowly, not fast, but slowly, so that I actually hear and shape every single note. And that includes the notes in the left hand, the accompaniment, not just the melody. So it takes a lot of patience, but when you do it and you start to hear the reward of the sound and the balance of the voices that you're controlling it, it's very rewarding to play it this way. And it's building muscle memory and getting it into your hands and into your ears. And so I'll give you an idea of what I mean with Ave Maria by, it's the Bach-Gounod arrangement. So it's based on the Bach Prelude number 1 in C major, but this is in F major. So I'll play a little bit of it, and I might stop here and there, but it'll give you some idea of how it's possible to sink in gently. So I let it flop right through to the floor, and then the finger, once it's down there and I'm hanging like on the edge of the cliff, the finger has to be able to deliver that weight that it feels hanging on that cliff over to the next note, and then release on the way up and come down into it. So in the left hand, where there are 4/16 in each quarter, and there are 4 quarters in the bar, that's 16 times you're doing that in each note, in each bar. So you have to be able to feel that for every bar. So I'll try some. So just... So you see when I'm coming up there, if I go, I'll stiffen my hand and poke into that, and I won't get near as good a tone. I want that tender sound, that gentle, kinder sound. So if I can go release on the way up and then drop with all of this in, it'll draw the key down and the hammer up in a much more kind and compassionate way. So if I go, mind you, the finger has to be firm, and that's what closes and what open work against each other and make the finger steel. So, and yet the wrist and the hand are relaxed. So. You see how I bring it up before I play that? So. And just that little moment before you go to play, even that A, that little bit of a release on the way up, allows you to know how gently you're setting it into the keys. So that's one piece that can be done like that. Another one is Omio Babbino Caro, and it's 6/8 time. This is G major. This is a Puccini piece. The left is in 16ths, and the right has these eighths moving against the 6/16ths, the 3/8 against the 6/16ths. So each note in the left, think of a struggle to get through, and then so. Now I would go even slower than that. And it's pianissimo and it's dolce, sweet. So if I can struggle with each 16th note, I'm going to be taking my time much more and enjoying the emotion of the music much more. So. And I got to hear the intonation. I got to hear how quiet did this note go, die down to, and then match how quiet it got. And then it's not going to come out. And playing that D that gently is made much easier by releasing on the way up just before it. So. Of each triad in the right, because that's the harmony. And I got to lift up before the. Sorry. You have to listen for each note to die down. So if you hear, wait and listen to it dying down. Don't hit that. So you see, I'd write in the 5 there so that I don't stumble to get to it, because it's changing, and they put a treble clef down in the bass there, and it's easy for the mind to not make that transfer to the other clef. Just a gentle roll. So that's another piece. Fun to play it like that, because it lets you express much more than if you're just playing heavy or you're just playing fast. Slow practice with full expression, in other words. So this one now, this is Chorus of the Hebrew Slaves by Verdi. And it's triplets in the left, and it's in 4/4 times, so there's 12 different notes in the left hand for each bar. So it's to go really, really slowly. And it's slaves, it's struggle, it's pain, it's suffering. So you need to feel that in the physical aspect of getting from one note to the next, that kind of a feel. You don't just go, but that's the end of the phrase. So you go. So release on the way up. So I would take my pencil, and just before that F, I put a little arrow line up and then the arrow down. That just reminds me before I play that note, every time I play it, to know to come in more gently for that, to give me the option of coming in more gently like that. So I don't want to push it. I want to release and drop gently. Lay it down, and then just take the amount that I want. You're playing it, and that was all soft with expression, and then it suddenly fortissimo, so with an accent on that first one. So if that next note is a long one, so if I just think, oh well, I got to get to the next note, then I'm going to rush these, but if I put a pause in there, take the pencil and put the pause right there, then I'm going to know to spread these three notes while I'm sitting on this. So. In the left, it's medium soft where the right notes are pianissimo, but top with the bass support and the quieter inner voices, and you hold it till it's completely gone, the sound. So I hope that gives you some ideas as to how you can actually practice slowly and really enjoy it, because you hear the difference it makes when you play the notes with tenderness and with care and compassion. and gentleness, kindness. So enjoy your practicing, and I hope you can use some of those ideas in your practicing. Bye-bye.